Yes, good morning, everybody. It is the Eggs, Bacon, and Joey Morning Show. We are live this morning, and not only are we live, but we have a very special guest in the studio this morning, Danielle, Stacy. How are you?
Hi, Joey. I'm good.
Nice to have you here this morning, and especially you just performed late last night, right?
I did. Finally, when it wasn't too hot
My
anymore.
goodness. So this was the Hickey Hill Festival. A lot of people were calling it, for the first time ever, there was a music festival for Hanford and for local artists to come out and perform. What did you feel performing at the Hickey Hill Festival last night? How was that performance for you last night?
You know, for me, it was great because my family was there. A lot of close friends were there that I haven't seen in a long time. That was their first one, so I'm hoping to watch it grow. But the fact that it was bands that were playing original music, with a few covers, and then artists and then local businesses there. I'm like, okay, you guys are onto something. Like, Hanford needs something like this. So it was cool.
So that was cool in the fact that it's something that they could use that to grow on.
Yes.
and create more of these events.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when you were actually living here and where you didn't have something like that to go and showcase your talent, right?
No, the first thing I ever did was an open mic that you organized at the Firehouse.
That's right.
That was the first thing ever. And I had like a ukulele and I played Jason Mraz, I'm Yours.
I forgot about that.
And there was 4 people and I was terrified.
Wow. So I was the first to put you on stage?
You discovered me.
Are you serious? I have a little pep in my step now.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I'd never even remembered that, but that is so cool. And then on top of that, I think you might have joined the Next Big Thing too at one point.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think one time.
I did that when I was 20 maybe. So that was like maybe 5 years ago that I did that.
I'm essentially your manager. Where's my money? Where is my cut from everything that you've been making?
If I had money, you would get some.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, but I am happy for your success because I follow you on social media.
Thank you.
So I see the things that you're doing. I see that, when you put out YouTube videos. I see when you put out, there's upcoming shows you have coming up and things like that. So let's kind of go backwards here. So when you were younger, and you obviously were here from Hanford, were you always a singer? I mean, how did that start for you?
I sang in my room secretly till I was like 15.
Really?
Like, I would wait till my parents would go to sleep. And I hear now that my mom said she would go up to my door and listen to me. Because my dad was a musician, and for some reason, I was just so terrified to show them my skills. So I secretly always loved singing, yes.
So you were basically hiding your talent.
Yes. But I wasn't that good at the time either, so it wasn't quite talent.
But what was the reason behind that? Because you felt like you weren't good enough?
I think so.
Oh, okay. But you had a passion for it, though, right?
I had a passion for it. I think it's just so, like, art in general is just so, like, precious, and you're so vulnerable, and I didn't want to feel vulnerable.
So then, at some point, somebody had to have heard you sing. Like, were you around friends ever where you were, like, all group singing a song or something? Where people were like, oh, my God, you sing good.
I would post YouTube videos and I would share them to Facebook.
Okay.
So like my friends and then like the comments. So like that barrier between us was safe for me. And then slowly I would play in front of people.
I get what you're saying because you film it, but you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So nobody's really watching you perform.
And I can do it a million times.
You can do it a million times. Yeah. You can practice and rehearse or whatever, and then finally get the perfect one out. And then you post that. But like you said, there's still that barrier because nobody's watching you live. Nobody's. So when you post your first video, who's the first person that comments and says, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you sang"?
God, I don't even remember that.
But did you get a lot of that?
I would get a few. To be honest, because, you should see my first videos. They're not good. They're not good.
What was it? You just put the phone up and then just start singing into the phone?
I would do it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so what'd you do? Just full covers of the song?
I would do cover songs.
Really?
I forgot the first song. But I've had to go through my YouTube and just delete a few because my hair was so bad.
So we got to go back to your parents then, because if you were hiding this from your parents, but then your mom would listen at the door, you put the YouTube video up. I mean, when do you start getting reactions from your parents like, Okay, now she's starting to sing.
I started to like record stuff more, I think it was, and I would do stuff with these guys in Visalia. And then they asked me to do a show. So then that was the first time I invited my parents to come and watch
Gotcha.
me. But like, I don't want to talk about it after. Don't tell me anything. Like, I was so weird about it. But now, finally, totally
It's
comfortable
like,
with
yeah,
it.
you're like welcoming them.
But
to
I
come to your
wouldn't sing
shows.
like in the living room with them. That would be weird to me.
Well, I guess
It'd
that's
have to be a
kind of
crowd.
Yeah, no, I guess that's kind of similar. Like, I can go in front of like 2,000 people and be fine. If there's like 5 people looking at me, or even my own family members, I start getting nervous.
It's weird.
I don't know why that is.
2,000 people, but
Well, it's just one of those
But
things.
yeah,
I don't know if it's because there's a lot of people you really can't, notice anybody specifically,
Yeah.
but I think our family members are the most critical people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, like, they have to be supportive, I feel like. So, like, I know they're not going to be jerks to me.
Oh, I gotcha.
But my dad will be honest with me. So that's why I'm like, shh, shh, shh.
Now, did anybody in your family ever play music?
My dad, yeah.
Oh.
So I think that's part of why I was so nervous.
Okay,
played
now it
everything.
makes sense.
Bass, drums, sings, guitar, everything.
So you had music around you growing
Yeah.
up.
And my mom played, like, piano, too. So, yeah.
Did you have all these instruments hanging around your house all the time?
Yeah, we have. They have a recording
okay.
studio behind our house
Oh my goodness.
that I like didn't utilize until a couple,
So-
5 years ago.
So now that you're doing stuff, have you gone back there to try recording something? And
We have. It's
Okay.
it's a little inconvenient for me to drive all the way here,
and we're gonna get to that.
Especially- Yeah, especially because something like that is so time consuming,
Gotcha. Okay.
and I'm impatient.
So you put your YouTube video up. You've gone all these years hiding your talent. You put your YouTube video up. Now, when do you start getting the guts to kind of go, I'm going to keep putting these out now?
Just the feedback.
So the feedback.
Yeah. So
Okay.
eventually I started getting feedback, and I liked it.
And
you
did
know?
people start going, hey, can you do this song?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then to me, I'm like, ooh, yes.
I got a
something
request.
New. Yeah.
So what was one of your most popular videos when you first started putting them up? Do you remember?
This isn't too early. I would say I did Sex and Candy. And that one has like, it's like 25,000. But none of my other videos have that. It's just
Okay.
because the title, I think.
Oh.
They look that up
Could
and
be.
they're like, okay.
The creeps out there Googling
Yeah, I'll
on
take it.
YouTube.
It's fine.
No, but I mean, that's so cool in the fact that once you saw that, I like the way that this kind of like was, it jump started everything for you now.
Mm-hmm.
So you do that. And does this eventually lead you to going, okay, now I need to go in front of people?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what brought you to me,
Yeah.
to the open mic,
Yeah.
right? Okay. You do the open mic when you're done with that, because, I think there was a couple, 50 people there maybe that night?
Maybe.
Hey,
20.
don't put down my shows here.
No, it was great. Well, it was, it's at a bar. It was like a
No, I know, I'm
Tuesday.
kidding. So after that, you go, okay, I can do this.
Yeah. And that being said, I've had some weird little gigs that are just duds, just the worst. And I felt like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. This is so scary. But I don't know. It's worth the rush.
So there was a point for you after you did the open mic, you started doing the gigs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you started getting discouraged because of the vibes of the places that you were playing at.
It would be, different things all the time.
Gotcha.
Oh, the sound.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
me. I don't like how I did. Oh, the crowd or whatever. But I only did a few little acoustic things around here.
Gotcha. What led you then, because you're starting to get a little discouraged, you're now kind of trying to go, well, you know what, I have it, I'm posting videos, I did a couple gigs. What leads you now to then go, okay, I got to move? And first of all, how do you just move? I mean, do you know a family member? Because you moved to Ventura, right?
Yeah. I don't have any family out there. I had a friend that lived there for a while. I
Okay.
visited her once or twice, and I just liked it. And she didn't live there anymore. I looked at a few schools, and I just wanted to move. Like, that was it. Like, I wanted to leave, and I wanted to be, like, by the beach, preferably. I went to Ventura. I went to Channel Islands College, which is, like, super small. Everybody gets into it, but I wasn't, school is not a huge priority to me.
Of course not.
It's mostly just an excuse to leave.
But you have to have plan B.
But I graduated, yeah. So I went there and I loved it. And so with that, because I didn't know anybody, literally, I would go to open mics and I was just like, I can be whoever I want to be. And people were so supportive there.
You get to Ventura. You go to the first open mic that you do. What's the first song you play? Do you remember?
Oh my God. I don't remember. It probably was like Sex and Candy or something
Really?
like that.
So much about this Sex and Candy. Let's
my
get our
go-to,
first performance then.
Should I
Sex
do
and
that
Candy,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Because like I said, I mean, come on. It was the top video for you on YouTube when you started doing the videos. Then you get to Ventura. You don't know anybody there other than one person. You start going to open mics in Ventura, and once again, you play Sex and Candy, and it's your go-to to kind of start getting you some opportunities out there, which we're going to talk about after your performance. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Danielle, Stacy, everybody, here live in the studio.
Should I be like this close or right here?
However, wherever you feel comfortable.
Never sang this early before. Oh, no, no. Hanging round downtown by myself, and I've had so much time to sit down and think about myself, and then there she was, like double cherry pie. There she was, like disco superfly. Well, I smell sex and candy, yeah. And who's that lounging in my chair? And who's that casting devious stares in my direction? This surely is a dream. This surely is a dream. Oh. Hanging round downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine, and I was thinking on myself. Then there she was, like platform double sway. Yeah, there she was, like disco lemonade. Ooh, I smell sex and candy, yeah. And who's that lounging in my chair? And who's that casting devious stares in my direction? This surely is a dream. This surely is a dream. Hanging round downtown by myself, and I've had so much time to think about myself, and then there she was, like platform double suede. Yeah, there she was, like disco lemonade. Ooh, I smell sex and candy, yeah. And who's that lounging in my chair? And who's that casting devious stares in my direction? This surely is a dream. this surely is a dream.
Wow. Wow. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And that, like I said, I mean, this song, Sex and Candy, has led you to your YouTube success where people are watching you on video. It leads you to breaking the chains off of being shy, now being able to sing in front of people. Then it leads you to actually performing in front of people live. You go to Ventura, you have this one friend there, you see her there, you start doing these gigs. Now, do you have people that start approaching you now in Ventura that are saying, hey, come back and perform again?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that now starts opening the doors for you there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a cover song, so it's comfortable, right? So people are singing along.
Okay.
And then I start doing more open mics, so I start playing original songs, which is, you know, where my heart is at. That's what I want to do more. And then, yeah, it turned into people asking me.
But then how, if you're now doing gigs there and people are coming up to you and saying, hey, let's, you know, Danielle, oh my gosh, you're talented. We want you back here at this venue, whatever might be the case. How do you now start actually living out there? Because you only have this friend. I mean, are you bunking at this friend's house or what?
Oh, no. I found a really cheap place when I first moved there. And I got a restaurant job. And it worked. I managed. And it was fine.
So the cheap place, what was it, like a one-bedroom apartment type of thing?
It was I was renting a room from this woman who was an artist.
Okay.
And this building is called The Wave in Ventura, which stands for Working Artists of Ventura. So it's government subsidized living for artists. So you have to apply and all this stuff. I didn't apply because I was renting a room from her.
Gotcha.
So that's why it was so cheap. It was $450, which is really cheap for a room in Southern California.
$450? Mm-hmm. But still probably a lot for you financially at that time.
At the time, I was like, this is crazy. And everyone was like, no, like, that's unheard of.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sure something like that you got to spend, you know, almost $2,000 for.
Yeah.
An apartment in Ventura, right?
If it was a bedroom, typically is like $800 if you're renting a room.
Gotcha.
If you want a one bedroom, yeah, it's at least $1,200 or something like that.
So you get this spot. Mm-hmm. Are your parents now helping you too during this time?
I remember calling them and I was like, hey, are you guys going to help me with rent? And they're like, no, girl, like we told you. And I was like, I know, but I just thought that maybe. But, you know, like they bought me my car. So I don't have that payment and stuff like that. But other than that, I was like, you know, on my own for the first time. Yeah.
What was the type of restaurant that you started working at to now starting to get some income in?
It's a seafood restaurant in the harbor. So, I mean, we got windows right over the harbor.
Oh, just beautiful
so beautiful.
view.
I still work there.
Oh,
I love it.
Even better.
Yeah.
So what would you do? You do working during the day and gigs at night, or how would that work?
I mean, when I first moved there, I would work during the day, and then I ended up getting a cocktail waitressing job. So I would work from 10 a.m. to like 4, and then I would take a little break, and then at 6 p.m. I would go to this other bar, serve dinner, and then I would get off at like 2 a.m.
Wow.
Hustling. But at that point, I wasn't doing music much. You know, I was just starting to meet fellow musicians. It wasn't probably until like 6 months in that I started doing gigs. And then I started getting some money from that.
So during this time, you're working hard, hustling, doing 2 jobs, whatever might be the case. And then you are, I'm assuming, writing?
Writing music? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So you're writing music, because we're going to get to originals here in just a moment. So you're writing music, and you're still posting videos too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all this time, that's a busy day for you.
Yeah.
Working, getting the videos out, music. I mean, when did you ever have free time?
I would usually have like back-to-back 4 days of work and then like 2 days off. You know,
okay.
I wasn't that busy.
Now, in those 2 days off, where do you go? You start looking at the local scene, seeing where the music's at?
So I lived downtown. So I would walk downtown and I would just go to the open mics and I would just meet. That's how I met everybody. That's how I know anybody I know now.
So you start doing your original music because you're writing that. Now, when do you start for performing your first original song? Do you put that onto video, or do you perform that at an actual gig?
At this point, I'm not doing video as much. Like, I still post YouTube videos sometimes, but that's not my outlet, you know? So, I think I've played some originals back when I was in Hanford, but like, yeah. So now I'm going to open mics. I'm playing originals. I'm starting to get the wine place gigs where you play for like 3 hours.
Okay.
And I'm just like, let's test these out.
I got you.
You know, so you just test them out.
And
See.
yeah, and the ambiance is good too because people are just there drinking. You're kind of in the background.
Yeah, exactly. I could play the same song 3 times.
Nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sure people would pay attention to you when you're singing. Okay, so what's one of your most popular originals right now? That I guess you would say that, you know, according to your library right now.
Lust or Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want
the
to play
one-
that for us here this
sure.
morning? All right.
It's the one that has like the most plays.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Spotify.
now the journey has taken us to Danielle's own original music, folks, and we're getting that treat here on the Eggs, Bacon, and Joey Morning Show. Danielle Stacy joining us this morning. I just figured out that I discovered her, which now I'm like standing tall this morning. Look at me. If my head hasn't gotten any bigger. But yeah, so Danielle Stacy, let's hear.
All right. This is Lust or Love. They get it and they say, give me some more. But that's all you got. So what is it you're asking for? What do you want? Lust or love? Oh my God, I think they've had enough. So what is it you're searching for? What do you want? Lust or love? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. He hit it 2 times. The first was better, yeah. 'Cause where's the fun in no chase? He got it the first night he met her. She get the memo. Delete his number from her phone, yeah. She was vulnerable. What do they want? They get it and they say, give me some more. But that's all you got. So what is it you're asking for? What do you want? Lust or love? Oh my God, I think they've had enough. So what is it you're searching for? What do you want? Lust or love? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. He hit it 2 times. The second was better for her. 'Cause all a girl really wants is a man to return to her. Going out, drinking with her friends, popping champagne to forget. Tonight they're gonna play pretend to love. Ooh, she saw him standing in the corner. He begged her to come over. Knew that she was vulnerable from one too much, from one too much. Yeah, yeah. What do they want? They get it and they say, give me some more. But that's all you got. So what is it you're asking for? What do you want? Lust or love? Oh my God, I think they've had enough. So what is it you're searching for? What do you want? Lust or love? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's fun to pretend that in love. It's fun to pretend that in love. It's fun to pretend that in love. La la
Wow. Amazing. Great stuff there. Danielle, Stacy. And I'm listening to that song, and tell me if I'm right here in regards to the backstory of this. It sounds like a girl and or a guy that could be in the same situation where you meet somebody, you're attracted to them, you have a little fun with them, but sometimes that's where it ends. So you're pretending to be in love because it's not going anywhere, but from just only the lust. The lust is going to stay strong, but when you want to be in love and you want to start something serious, it's not happening.
I think you're pretty spot on. And it's also just like a comment on like society and like my generation in general. It's just like the hookup culture, and it's like, what do you want? You know, do you want lust or love?
Is that something that is this something closer to your heart in regards to what you were going through maybe at that time?
I think, I've been through it, and a lot of my friends have been through it.
Gotcha.
And we all just kind of talk and share stories. So a lot of my songs, although they seem like a linear timeline of things, it's just a bunch of different stories mixed together.
Gotcha.
But I think mostly it's, I've certainly been through it. It's just in general, like a comment.
No, you're right though. But
that I feel strongly about.
No, but you're right. The society today that we live in, there's just constant struggle with figuring out what it is that people are doing. Are we in this relationship? Are we not? Are we just talking? Are we, and then it's a thing like I feel like, nowadays with texting and social media, it's like, oh, well, if I text you after a day that we hooked up, you're being too serious now, and now you're scaring me away. And it's like,
totally. It's like not cool
it's like a constant
to like
game.
Somebody. I'm like, apparently I can't like you because that's not cool.
So let's get back to the gigs. So you're doing the gigs, right? And when do you start getting these opportunities where you start getting the paid gigs where people are like, hey, I want to pay you to come to my venue?
That took a while.
Was it surprising to you where you're like, you're really going to pay me, that type of thing? Or were you like, no, I need to be paid?
No. Now I'm like that because... Not because I'm like, no, I need to be paid, but it's like I requested work off
exactly
to be here. So I'm losing money,
And this is your talent. Hello? I mean, come on.
At some point you have to hold yourself to, like, hey, like, I deserve this.
Yes.
You get what you deserve. So I started getting paid for acoustic gigs. And then once you get a little band, so I finally got a band together.
Ooh, tell me how you found these band members.
So I've played with different people, but originally it was people I met through open mic.
Okay.
So now it's one of my good friends, Devin, who I met there, and we would play music together. And then my other friend, Dan, who was the drummer in another band, and was just like, hey, do you need a drummer? And I was like, yes. So once you get a band, you can really start playing actual bars, venues, stuff like that.
So you're saying so a lot of these bars and venues, some of them would request a band rather than just an acoustic singer.
Totally, yeah.
Gotcha.
They don't want that. And what's cool about the Ventura music scene now is they're getting so hipster, but they're down for original music. Most bars want cover bands only, and there's like a few dive bars down there that want that, but like I get to play original songs, and of course I'll play some covers.
You mix it just to kind of add the element of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool.
So now you're getting paid, you're doing gigs, you got this band now because you saw that, I do it acoustically, but I can even get more opportunities with the full band.
And it's just more fun.
And more fun.
It's just better. In
exactly.
General.
Yeah. I mean,
get lonely playing alone.
You listen to a band, there's a different element to it. You got the drums, you got the excitement. It's a whole thing. Acoustic though is still nice. Like when you said the wineries, like I like acoustic at a winery too. You know what I mean? So, all right. So you got that going for you. You're getting paid. You got this band, and then you start getting some awards in Ventura, right?
I did.
Well, tell me about this award.
So I won Ventura County Best Female Artist.
That is huge.
It was cool. And it was like a really big event. I was like, geez.
I mean,
guys.
think how big Ventura County is.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Here you are from Hanford, 40,000, 30,000 or so people.
It's because my mom voted like 400 times.
We got to check the voting.
She doesn't even go here.
We got a Stacy from Hanford that kept voting. Anyway, so this award, I mean, it had to have given you some type of vindication to be like, okay, I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
It did, and it gave me a lot of opportunities, because they post about it. It's in like some local magazine, No Cover it's called, and it's on the website and stuff. So venues see that,
Ooh.
and then they contact me, and then they kind of promote it that way too, like Ventura County's Best Female Artist. So it gave me some legitimacy. I used to go to bars, some blonde chick walking into a bar, hey, can my band play? And they're like, oh, not again. Like, they cannot take me seriously. And
So
I'm
you
like, "No,
have that on your resume now.
Yes.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
That gives me excitement.
And I got nominated again this year, so I'm hoping to win it again.
That's exciting, and it gives me excitement because I feel like you're on the verge of something. I don't know what, but I feel it.
I do too.
I don't know what.
I hope it's something cool.
So, all right. So you're doing the gigs, and you put out an album, right?
I put out an EP, so it's like a 5-song. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And what do you just put that on online, or people buy it, or?
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Apple
Okay.
Music, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff.
So if somebody goes to one of your gigs, can they buy the album from you there, or no?
So I originally was like, I'm not going to buy CDs because
Okay.
they're very expensive. And I spent so much money just on everything else at that time, recording and all that stuff. But I'm actually going to get some printed.
Ooh,
so that
okay.
will be an option now.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to think about the printing of the covers, the
Yeah,
graphics
yeah.
work. Those CDs have to be print. All that stuff is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm
and a
gonna
lot of
do
money.
it. I'm going to do it.
But you're gonna do it.
We
Okay.
won money to do the Strawberry Festival. So that money's going to go towards that.
Good segue. Strawberry
Ooh,
Festival.
nice.
This is another accomplishment of yours that you just won. Mm-hmm. How did this work?
So I got an email and they were like, congratulations, you're one of the final 5 bands competing to play the Strawberry Festival. And I was like, what is that? Who did that? What are you talking about? So I didn't know who put me in for that. I finally realized it was this guy, Brett, who works for a place called Rock City Management, or Rock City. And they do events and stuff in Camarillo. And he just referred me, I guess. So once I found that out, there's online voting. So I promoted that, and then everyone voted. And when you vote, you have the chance to win tickets to the Strawberry Festival. And so
Wow.
we won.
You win.
Yeah.
So not only did you win Best Female Artist in Ventura County, but you win this award too.
Yeah.
With your band.
Yeah.
Now, is there a name to the band, like Danielle, Stacy Trio, or?
We did Danielle, Stacy Trio, but then sometimes we'll have like a guitarist or a violinist play. So I don't stick to the trio also because I'm searching for a lead guitarist.
So it's just Danielle, Stacy.
It is.
That's all right. I mean, and for your your band members, I mean, I'm sure they're going.
I
hey,
shout 'em out.
We're behind you. You don't even have to call us anything. We're good.
They're the best.
That's cool.
They're
And
seriously
that's
the
cool that
best.
you found people like that want to follow you because they
Just
believe in you.
good people too.
Yes, that's
Just
good.
good people, yeah.
That's a good thing. So Strawberry Festival happens in Ventura, I'm assuming.
It's in Oxnard, so a town
But it's a
over.
big deal
Apparently.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to be performing there.
Yeah.
And you're the winner of the voting thing. So
I am.
Did you win some money or anything from it?
Yeah.
How
we
much?
We got $1,000.
Nice.
So I'm like, cool. CDs, T-shirts.
And I like that you're already thinking of reinvestment. You're not thinking, oh, I got to go buy my new shoes. I got to go do this. I got to do that.
No.
You're thinking reinvestment. How can I make my
I feel
my
like that would be
career better?
wrong. I feel like that would just be wrong to do. Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone through this whole journey here. Now we're here up to date. I wanted to ask you, so what's happening now in regards to like management and things like that? Are you pretty much managing your own self still? And
I am.
Putting it out there? Okay.
I've looked into it a little bit.
Okay.
I think I'd have to be a little bit more busy in order to need a manager. And I also really enjoy it.
Well, no, and I'm talking about also from not just on a gig point of view, but also I'm talking about to the next level. I'm talking about to actually putting your music out there
Yeah.
on a grander stage.
It's something that I need and I'm seeking.
But you haven't done that yet,
No.
right? Okay, so right now you're just doing the live stuff. You're still working. You're
Mm-hmm.
still doing the whole thing, putting the stuff out on social media, but you haven't gone to like a label or things
No.
like that. Okay,
No.
all right. Have you ever had people come up to you and say, hey, man, you need to be signed to something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've had like local places that want to like sign me to something or local management.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, I don't know. I'm kind of just like,
Well, and that's what I'm getting to because, I've been around for a while, and I just want you to be careful, of who decides to talk to you and say, hey, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
You want to be careful with these contracts, so always have that in the back of your mind when you're,
I do. I don't trust anybody.
Okay, good.
I'm so mean.
Good.
So
That's a
mean.
good thing. So let's do another song.
Okay.
Let's do one more before we go.
Oh, what do I wanna do?
Do you want to do a cover? Do you want to do another original? Let's...
I think I'll do an original.
Okay.
So this one is called Woman's Intuition. This one's different version than what's on the EP.
All right. Danielle,
The
Stacy,
acoustic
everybody.
version.
Eggs, Bacon, and Joey. We are live this morning. This is a very special treat. Danielle, Stacy here live.
You got your hand in the small of my bed. I like it like that, but I've been running off track. You got your hand in the small of my bag. I like it like that. You know that I've been running off track since I cut you some slack. Oh, my heart is saying please. My mind says no. Oh, my body's screaming yes, but my lips say go. So what are you gonna do? You poor young soul. When the woman you love, she don't know anymore. You saw sparks flying. I saw my city tumbling down. You saw romance rising. I saw my ashes scattered all over the town. You saw true life, but I had my suspicion. 'Cause even a smooth man can't hide from a woman's intuition. No, no. No, no, no. I wish it could be bad. And ooh, I know you've been trying real, real hard, and I appreciate it. Oh, I really do, but your efforts can only get you so far. And ooh, I know you've been loving me real, real good, but I can't reciprocate it. I wish I could, but I can't admit at times I've been misunderstood. So what are you gonna do, you poor young soul? When the woman you love, she don't know anymore. You saw sparks flying. I saw my city tumbling down. You saw romance rising. I saw my ashes scattered all over the town. You saw true life, but I had my suspicion. 'Cause even a smooth man can't hide from a woman. And though your hands may be in the right place, your heart sure ain't. I can sense from a mile away just where it's been. Don't you dare try coming round to explain. 'Cause I already know just what you'll say. You saw fire. I saw my city tumbling down. You saw desire. I saw a broken glass all over the ground. You saw true love, but I condition.
Wow. Whew. We had a very, very special treat this morning, folks. Danielle, Stacy, you already got to head back to Southern California, right?
I do.
Oh, it's like I wish we could
I'm
have
so
this
sad
every
to
day
leave
here on the
this hot
show.
Weather.
Exactly. It's
Aw.
going to be like 92 today. What is it going to be like in Ventura? Like, what's the just consistent weather there? Like 70 degrees?
Yeah, it's like the best. Honestly, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. Sorry. It's just perfect. No big deal.
Danielle, don't forget about the little people. Always remember where you started, because
Yes.
that's going to be the humbling, part of your career
Where I
too.
started when Joey discovered me.
Aw, see, I'm going to record this so that way I have it in my library and I can use it when you're big. I'm like, bam.
Hopefully.
Where's my cut? No, I'm kidding. No, but I really wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so
and
much.
I thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thanks for
It's been a
having
lot of
me.
fun.
This was
We
fun.
almost did an hour here.
We did, huh? All the caffeine, it just flew by.
My producers are like, you gotta go to a commercial.
Probably, huh?
Danielle, thank you so very
Thank
much again.
you.
Eggs, Bacon, and Joey, folks. Danielle, Stacy. Oh, how can they reach you on social media?
Danielle Stacy on anything, or
Okay.
on Instagram is a good one. Dani, DANI _ Stacy, STACY. Search my name on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. You'll find
There
me.
it is. Eggs, Bacon, and Joey. We'll be right back.